guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're gonna no item one of the new stages for the God of Destruction event. This time we're going up against the Universe 5 God of Destruction. His name is ARAK. Now, I wanted to use LR Bootanks, right? I felt like LR Bootanks was, since this event is obviously designed in such a way to where it wants you to use full type advantage. So I went ahead and jumped in here wanting to take advantage of LR Bootanks because he's not really a character I've used much in this God of Destruction event, right? So that's why I'm using him here. I felt like a double lead of his team would work in here. Now, obviously, as you guys can see, we had a very not great turn one. It can happen, but this team is designed in such a way where we're going to get these boos healing like crazy. You know, we know how powerful Bootanks is. He is able to stack. Fat Boo is a unit that is, like, you know, pretty underrated. We have some good, strong, powerful units on the team. So despite the fact that we were brought literally to the brink of death right here, like almost one hit away from death, we're actually okay. And you might think like, oh, well, you're done. It's like, well, no, we're okay. Because there's several factors in, right? Most of these units on the team are able to heal like crazy. The 50% support Super Boo we have right here, he is able to heal a lot on his super attack, especially if we might happen to get a double super or something like that. Obviously, Bootanks, every single time the turn starts, he's healing. When he transforms into Buhan, he heals, and then at that point, he's, you know, healing from then on. Fat Boo also has a healing mechanic. When you fall below 40% HP, Fat Boo heals by 30%, which helps definitely save us. Also, that double super right there, hugely important. Like, without that double super right there, maybe we don't get this run done. I think that dodge by Super Boo right there also is very, very good, right? I mean, that's how it goes with no item runs, right? You're going to need some luck here and there, and there we went, right? We got one dodge from Super Boo and a double super from Super Boo. Those two things right there on that turn basically combined to us winning. Now, one reason we even had to get to this point is because our opening rotation was horrible. The thing about Super 17, he can get the job done in this event, but you can't allow him to get hit before he attacks, and the first couple of hits he's going to take before he really built up that damage reduction of his, he's going to get hit rather hard. It's just how it is. But once Super 17 has built his damage reduction up and he's, you know, pushing over 100k defense, he's in a much, much better position. Also, you know, having a Bootanks in slot 7 did not help us, but now we're able to adjust and we'll have an LR Bootanks on each rotation. As he stacks, you know, after one stack pretty much, he's able to get to the point where he's taking double-digit damage, which is all we need. Remember that physical Fat Boo as well has a mechanic where he has to get hit 3 times, and then he'll have his full passive. 18k is definitely survivable, and then at this point, I think it's like right here, the no item run is pretty much clinched. If ARAK doesn't super him right there, we're good. So now, despite the fact that we're so low on health, you know, it looks like it might be scary, but we're good to go from this point on, because, you know, Tech Khalifa is, like, literally the MVP in this God of Destruction event. Like, this would definitely be a lot harder for a lot of people, including me, if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, all of the Gods of Destruction are all Universal Survival Saga enemies, so you could, you know, cheese every single one of them using Tech Khalifa. Look how much Bootanks healed right there just from physical type orbs. It's one of those things where LR Bootanks and this 50% support Super Boo are like that Boo buffs LR Bootanks / Buhan to such a degree, it's crazy. They share a lot of links. I believe they have Metamorphosis, which is a start of turn healing link, along with Bootanks also having his healing at the start of turn. And then again, the Super Boo, he heals on super attack, which is very powerful. This is exactly what we wanted. We would want either LR Bootanks to get supered or the Khalifa, right? Already, Bootanks is down to taking almost like 100k damage, so he's looking really, really good. I believe my Super Boo does have 20 additional, by the way. Now, this is interesting. So, I brought Mira. The main reason Mira's on the team is because he has type advantage, right? He's got type advantage against ARAK, so I figured I could rock him. You know, we'd use LR Bootanks' team, and then that would allow us to have, whatchamacallit, so we'd have two LR Bootanks on the team that could sort of like be like the anchor of each rotation. He'll do a lot of damage and he'll be stacking so that we're not really gonna have to worry about him getting, you know, cream pied by these ridiculous amounts of damage that this dude can do, right? So as we go further and further and further, we're building up Bootanks' defense. When I get close to the clincher, like, you know, when ARAK's only got a little bit of health left, then at that point I can actually use Bootanks' active skill and we can transform into LR Buhan, and then we can just go ahead and finish him off. Because remember, Bootanks only stacks in his Bootanks form. Once you go into Buhan, he's no longer stacking. That's also the same issue, by the way, that we have with Mira. So, you know, Mira, what is his transformation condition? I believe it's past turn 4, and then it's under 60% HP, I believe, is Mira's transformation, which we actually got right here. But Mira's transformation is not something I wanted. He's much better in his transformed state, but, you know, if we have to go several turns throughout this, I actually would much rather prefer Mira not transform because of the fact that he no longer stacks. But as long as we have, you know, mostly a full villain team and a full villain rotation, the transform version of Mira is going to work a lot better in here, right? So that's exactly what's going to happen, right? But remember, Mira, Toa, Demigra, that batch of units who just came out on Global, they do have those mechanics where they get strengthened by more and more extreme class units being on the team, right? So that's a big thing about this, is that we do have a full villain team outside of that Tech Caulifla. Also, look at the damage that LR, like, the way Bootanks' damage drops when that, like, support Boo is not around. Like, you know, Bootanks is very, very good. I feel as though, well, I don't want to say he's overrated at all, but he might have been when he first came out. He is amazing, but, like, for these difficult events, like, you have to have the right setups. So, Mira's taken about 29, 27k. I mean, that's honestly doable, but I do wish that we could have gotten at least a little bit more stacks in before we would have been able to go ahead and transform. Probably... Do I begin to transform with Bootanks here? Okay, one more turn. The other thing, though, that's really good about Bootanks, I always go crazy about this ability whenever any LRs have got it, is Bootanks does have the very, very good ability of getting the extra key per key orb. Now, I guess he doesn't do it for rainbow orbs, right? It's only type orbs, but it does make it pretty easy to consistently get his 18 key super attack and go for the defensive stacks, right? Because remember, Bootanks stacks attack on 12 key, he stacks defense on 18 key, so very important to consistently get those 18 key super attacks. ARAK is actually, like, he was targeting, like, the wrong spots for super attacks a lot during this run, but again, there's just so much healing on this team that we're able to just basically power through it, right? And, like, there we go, right? Like, you know, Fat Boo healed us when we were low health, then Metamorphosis picks up, you know, Bootanks heals at the start of turn, and we transform into Buhan, and it's like we healed, like, you know, 70% HP on this turn, because I do believe, yeah, this is the point where I decide, okay, we can go ahead and transform into Buhan now, and just quickly try and finish ARAK off before any shenanigans happen, right? Because, you know, if we get targeted in the wrong position, you know, a super attack maybe on the 50% super support Super Boo would be really bad. So, right, so it's like kind of avoiding that. One other reason I decided to go with, like, the LR Bootanks / Buhan team is, I mean, the God of Destruction event is very, very difficult, but I do feel like there probably is several ways to no item a lot of these stages, right? Which is, you know, I wanted to do a team that wasn't just Goku and Vegeta every single time, you know, or like Tech Ultimate Gohan, but it's like, you know, there's a lot of really good physical units. Physical has gotten buffed an awful lot within the past several months. So this was the one where I actually felt really, really good about just using the, you know, Majin Power / Power Absorption team and letting the LR Buhans, Bootankses just go ahead and handle business for us. And then obviously, you know, Buhan has the capacity of triple super attacking, which is really, really powerful. That'll help him out a lot here. By the way, when we talk about STR Vegito being better than Buhan, which he is, it's still, that's actually pretty insane to me that people for a while were saying Buhan, like, a lot of people thought Buhan was better. Like, no, like, I mean, I guess I could, with the healing and stuff like that, he's got big bad bosses, like, I guess I could see the justification, but, like, difficult events like this, Buhan does the 5-turn seal. Whoopee, the boss can't be sealed. Whereas, like, if we transform with STR Vegito, at that point, STR Vegito would be giving us a 10-turn, like, glimpse into how, like, where ARAK would be super attacking, which would be a lot more helpful. But, then again, the Goku and Vegeta, they don't build up their defense at all, right? Like, they're more so suited, I guess, to, like, short, difficult events like Super Battle Road. And then I guess you could say Bootanks is more suited to long events, right? Since he is building that defense up. Because I guess the other way I could mention it is, even though Buhan's seal is pointless compared to Vegito's super attack for 10 turns, which is amazing, Buhan is in here tanking with double digits and completely invincible at this point. Whereas STR Vegito, if he doesn't have type advantage, like, you transform with him in these events and he gets you killed. STR Vegito does. You can only really do that if he's not gonna get hit a lot. STR Vegito does not tank as well as the Goku and Vegeta unit do, right? So there are pros and cons to each, right? I would probably argue that the STR Vegito unit is a bit better in this God of Destruction event, but Bootanks is very solid nonetheless. I would say more of an issue for Bootanks is, you know, he has, like, these specific villain links, and it's like, yeah, a lot of the Majin Buu units did get much more powerful after the link level update, but, like, which Majin Buu units are actually really suited for, like, these long, difficult events? Because not a lot of them are, honestly. Like, we really could use, like, that LR Kid Buu, who's one of the best units in the game. That would help the Buu team out a lot. Physical Fat Buu is great, right? But, like, you know, the standalone Buhan EZA unit is not great. We need a new Buhan for real. That would help us out, the Buu team, quite a bit. So there we go. It's done. We got the no item run done for the 5th God of Destruction here. This one, actually, I mean, of the newest batch, this is the one that gave me the most trouble, which is funny. Because, like, this is definitely not the hardest fight. Because ARAK, all he does is lower your attack on super attack. Who cares? Okay, whoopee. Right? Like, Champa and Beerus lower your defense on super attack. Which is, I mean, you get touched, they super attack you, they lower your defense, and then they attack you, like, 5 times after, you're dead. It's like the reason why you could die in, like, the Android 13 Dokkan event, or the Dragon Ball Super Broly Dokkan event, or one of those, like, events like that, is because when a boss nerfs your defense, and then they hit you a bajillion times after, you can be in trouble, and they can do big-time major damage, right? So now we'll just quickly go over the team, and I'll show, like, the equips I was using, the links I was using for a lot of these characters and stuff like that. Obviously, my LR Bootanks has been done for a long, long time. You know, he's an amazing unit, one of the best units in the game still. He probably, honestly, I probably would have him as, like, the 4th best unit in the game right now. Vegito at 3rd, and then obviously Goku and Vegeta 1 and 2. My Super 17 is done. A lot of these characters are done. I think my Super Buu is close, yeah, but he's not quite done. But I did have him link leveled a lot for Extreme Super Battle Road. Because I think, did I use him for the Buu Saga no item? I might have. I might have tried, but not gotten it done. There's Fat Buu, of course, is done. I got him done a long time ago. But the one unit who I did not really work on that heavily is Mira here. Mira is just, you know, sort of like average, just from when I did the Rainbow Showcase on him. I did not really put too much into him, because Mira's okay. He's a solid unit, but he's not anything too crazy. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all for the next no item run for one of these Gods of Destruction.